For some analysis on this, let's bring in Greg Simons. He's a Russia politics analyst. Great to have you here with us on Tier 2 World. So over the past few months, we have seen a united Europe, with the exception of Hungary, when it comes to Russia's war in Ukraine. But today's summit, it tells us that there seems to be some sort of friction among European Union countries. Is it going to get worse?
I think it will, because the problem is there are no good options left for Europe. They have invested a lot of political capital and reputation in winning this war against Russia with Ukraine. And now they're at the situation where it's clearly not going the anticipated way. So they're left with stealing Russian frozen assets, which Belgium does not want to do, and increasingly others don't, because this leaves them legally and economically vulnerable, and there will be a countermeasure, or to borrow to fund Ukraine, which it just doesn't make any sense, because logically it's throwing good money after bad. But the political stakes and political reputations are driving this rather than common sense.
So, Professor, if their words were not going to materialize into action, why did we hear such a strong statements from European Union leaders in the past?
Because I think they were believing themselves or talking themselves into this. Because, as I say, they've staked a lot of political reputation on the outcome of this war. And back then, they were convinced that it would go the way they anticipated. But of course, now you get the dynamics between the United States and Europe, especially after the national security strategy and so forth, the peace negotiations. I mean, all of these presumed coalitions are falling apart. And I mean, as you noted, I mean, Hungary's in opposition to this, but also increasingly other countries, Belgium, Italy, and so forth. So the longer this goes on and the longer it's dragged out, I think the greater the level of political competition and conflict will grow within the EU.
Fascinating insights. Greg Simons, thanks very much for joining me here on Tier 2 World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.